The deadlift is the king of the gym. Men have been doing it for decades. For most men over 50, it might be the exercise that is quietly ending their ability to keep training long term. Today, I am taking the deadlift away from some of you before it takes you out of the gym. Now let me be clear. The deadlift is not an inherently bad exercise. It never was, but it requires something that most men over 50 no longer have, and that's a functional hip hinge. And that matters more than most people realize, because when your hips stop moving properly, your body doesn't stop moving, your body compensates. The load that was supposed to move through your hips and posterior chain starts getting dumped on your lumbar spine instead. And that's not strength, that's wear and tear. The bar doesn't know that your hips are locked, but your lower back does. And here's what almost nobody talks about. It doesn't happen all at once. It's a slow grind. Every rep, every session, every year. A little more stress on discs and joints that already don't recover like they're 30. And this is how the lower back gets beat up over time after 50. It's not one catastrophic event, but it's hundreds, maybe thousands of poorly loaded reps over the years. Now, before you decide whether this applies to you, stand up. Seriously, stand up, walk over to the wall, stand about 6 inches away from the wall. Now, hinge at your hips, push your hips straight back towards the wall. Keep your chest up, your spine neutral. If your hips hit the wall smoothly while your spine stays stable, good. You probably have a functional hip hinge. But if your lower back rounds, if your chest drops, or if you can't get back without losing position, there's a very good chance your lower back has been taking far more of the load than you realize. That's not a small form issue, that's a movement problem. And it doesn't fix itself by magically pulling more weight. Now, your ego may not want to hear that, but your lower back probably does. Now listen, if you have a strong, clean hip hinge, good flexibility, no mobility issues, and no lower back pain, then keep going. This video is probably not for you. But this video is for the man who's got mobility issues and their bodies are starting to adjust and they're quietly paying the price. I want to be honest with you. A lot of guys are still deadlifting conventionally, not because they need it, but because it's a mindset and they feel like they're giving up something if they stop deadlifting. I've been there myself. I get it. The deadlift feels tough. It feels serious. It feels masculine. Now, be honest with yourself. Are you still pulling conventional because it's best for your body, or because you don't want to feel like you're going soft? And here's the part most men don't want to admit. Most guys lose hip mobility gradually over time. Years of sitting, stress, stiffness, imperfect movement patterns. The deadlift exposes that brutally. And instead of adapting, a lot of men just keep pulling more and more because they don't want to feel like they're giving something up. But after 50, the goal changes. You're not competing for the approval of 25-year-olds at the gym. You're competing to still be in the gym in your 60s and 70s and beyond. To still be strong enough to carry groceries, help your family, play with your grandkids, and move through life confidently. If your lower back has been quietly absorbing the load that your hips should be pulling, eventually that bill comes due. Now, age is just a number, but your lower back is real and it doesn't care how much you used to pull. And honestly, This is why I created the 3Cs framework, so that as we age in our 50s, 60s, and 70s, we can have a framework and structure which we created ourselves to keep ourselves strong and healthy for our friends, family, and loved ones. It's really simple. It's create a compelling future. It's commit to that future and collaborate to walk out that future. The link is below. I'm not here to just take something away from you. I'm here to give you an alternative that's better for where your body is right now. This is not a downgrade. This is still serious training, but it's training that your body can recover from for years to come. First, the Romanian deadlift starts from standing, controlled hinge. The bar stays close to your body. You should feel it in your hamstrings and glutes, not your lower back. This teaches the hip hinge pattern your conventional deadlift was supposed to use in the first place. It's a much lower load, much lower spinal stress, and still tremendous posterior chain training. Second, the trap bar deadlift. If your gym has one, use it. The neutral grip and centered load dramatically reduce stress on the lumbar spine for most men compared to conventional lifting. And for a lot of men over 50, this is simply the smarter long-term option. You can still train heavy. You can still build strength. You can still move serious weight, but with far less punishment. Third, the kettlebell deadlift. Very underrated. The load stays centered. The range of motion is naturally limited, and it's excellent for rebuilding the hip hinge safely, especially if you've spent years lifting more with your lower back than your hips. None of these variations may feed your ego the way conventional deadlift does. All three can still build strength, muscle, posterior chain capability, and long-term development. And that's the goal here. Here's what I really want you to take from this. The deadlift is not the enemy, but if you're continuing to do conventional deadlifts with hips that don't move well and lower back slowly absorbing more and more than it should, it's going to catch up with you, and there's a price to pay, especially after 50. This isn't just about physique. This is about being there and being able to show up for your kids, your grandkids, your loved ones. A serious injury doesn't just affect you, it affects your ability to be there for those around you. So take the test, and if you need to make a swap, go ahead and make that swap. This is BJ reminding you that age is just a number, but your lower back is real. Protect it. Keep punching.